morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to anybody that's going to replay the show today. And anybody that's in here this morning already on time. Peace, blessings, and love. Music is played for the first 10 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with the show today. I'm going to play something from my Kodak playlist because Kodak was rocking in the gym today. Let me just put it on shuffle, honestly. No, don't want to hear that. Why my phone tweaking, Mo? My phone tweaking, bro. My phone tripping. Justin, what's good, man? You beat 2 turn. That's the big thing. Being the first person to type in here before 2 turn. My phone tripping, Mo. That's a big thing. Oh, we got Kodak and Rod. Can't skip this song. Got Kodak and Rod. So far. Good morning, everybody that's in here so far. We probably got one more song. I think it's 11:10, but we got one more song. We're going to go ahead and get started. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We stand right here on YouTube today. Right here on YouTube today. Right here on YouTube today. Oh, shit, I'm done. My bad. My bad. Oh, you meant playback. Oh. Hey, bro. I admit, bro, you a funny nigga that don't try to be funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I admit, you a funny nigga that don't try to be funny. You hate the type of nigga that be trying to be funny, like that be trying to force the funny sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, T's an example of that. Swiper, don't mind the name dropping. Swiper is an example of that. You know what I'm saying? You hate the nigga that try to force the funny, bro. No funny. Hate them type of niggas. Hate them type of niggas, man. I ain't glazing. I'm keeping it real. See, then when you give a nigga credit, they call it glazing. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We fucked up. Like, as a community as a whole, we fucked up. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Anybody that got the same skin complexion as me, we fucked up. And that's what I'm talking to. Either way, good morning, everybody that's in here, man. It is a blessing to be able to host the Facts and Stats show today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I hope y'all feeling good. I hope y'all feeling great. Man, I had a phenomenal gym day today. It was leg/core day today. And I feel good, man. I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling thankful, to, like I tell y'all all the time, to be able to sit right here in this chair. To be able to sit right here in this chair and be able to host the Facts and Stats show, man. Truly one of the best sports shows in the world. That's just still under the radar. You know what I'm saying? I built this platform 3 years ago on Twitter Spaces. As of next month made 3 years at the Twitter Spaces. And shout out to Wes. Like Wes said, like, yeah, Black. I posted another TikTok video literally like 10 minutes ago of me in the gym this morning. But like Black said, like Wes said, like I put a lot of people together. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't putting all that weight on my back. I'm not taking credit for everything. But like, damn, I put a lot of people together. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's one big old, you know what I'm saying? Shebang bang. You got some people that be crushing on some people. You got some people that be hating on some people. You got some people that be making fun of some people. You got some people that be disrespecting some people. But at the end of the day, we one big shebang bang bang. You know what I'm saying? I only can imagine how many niggas done slid in a couple of DMs inside because of Fact and Stats, whether it was Twitter Spaces, whether it was playback, whether it was YouTube. Niggas gonna be niggas, and women gonna be women too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to women that go smack too. Shout out to the women that go smack. We love the women that go smack too. You know what I'm saying? Don't only got to be the niggas that go smack. We love the women that go smack too. Smack as in approach, smack as in shoot your shot, whatever the fuck y'all want to say. I'm from the DMV. That's what we say. This morning, I noticed a lot of Patriots fans are happy. Nigga, I'm a Raven. I'm a Baltimore Raven. I'm a Raven. Oh shit. My bad. I got Lamar Jackson, and y'all doing laps over signing Stephon Diggs. We'll get to that in a second. I got a young lady that told me she want to bet $100 because she think they're making the playoffs. Then I got another young man that told me, nah, I don't want to make that bet. But if you want to bet, I'll bet this though. And he ain't say nothing about his team. He jumped to my team. Shit like that. We call that fake happy. We call that fake happy. We call that fake happy. Nah, look, this real shit. Let me show y'all on Twitter. And I got to drop the link for y'all to join the stage if anybody want to join the stage. Let me show y'all on Twitter. This is real, by the way. Hold on. This is real. And again, good morning, everybody that's in here. I'm going to get to a little promo preview, whatever, in a second. But this is real, though. Like, you know me, like I said, it's rare that I'm on Twitter. But when I'm on Twitter, not rare that I'm on Twitter. When I'm on Twitter, I be seeing things sometimes. So, like, I seen this. I'm like, hold on. Like, Patriots back, man. I'm like, hold on. Like, what you mean back? So, you know me, I'm a question shit. Like, 100 no playoff straight up. Nigga, they back. And he put the 100 emoji. Nigga, they back. Put some money up. Or then I said, or back to where? He just didn't even respond to that. I said back to where he literally just did not respond to that. He go, this is what he did, y'all. 4-win team straight to the offs. Like the Commanders and the Broncos, they just do that. In this AFC, like the AFC got teams that are like demons or something like that. Damn, can we get back to competitive first? But since you looking for a bet that bad, okay, well, I didn't know Ravens make the Super Bowl. Like what? I told that nigga just make the playoffs, and he's telling me I got to make the Super Bowl for a bet. And then he look. Oh, he did respond back to being a good competitive team this year. Then playoff contention, then bowl contenders. Simple. Okay, whatever that means. Hold on, wait, whoa. Goofy alert. Yeah, really only one team in the AFC that matters. Excuse me, buddy. Slow your roll. Y'all just got the shit beat down y'all leg in the Super Bowl. Like, no funny. I'm mad y'all even represented the AFC. That shit was embarrassing. That was one on me. That was one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen in my life. On me. And I'm not sure, and I'm dead serious. On me, that's one of the worst Super Bowls. Top 2 for sure. What was that? Was that Broncos and Panthers? Hold on. Let me see. Broncos, Panthers, Super Bowl score. On Broncos, Panthers, Super Bowl score. Okay. 24-10 only. Yeah, y'all the worst then. Oh, it was Seattle? Seattle versus who? Seattle and who? One of them joints was a blowout and it was bad, bro. It was Seahawks versus Panthers? No, they on the same side. Seahawks versus Broncos? Seahawks versus Broncos. I think this is the one I'm talking about. Hold on. Here it is. Booyah. Seattle versus Broncos, 43-8. By far one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever seen in my life. 2014. Bar none. This is top 1, if not 2. So, yo, is Chiefs Eagles worse than this shit right here that we just saw? Is Chiefs Eagles worse than this Broncos and Seattle shit? I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. Is the Chiefs and the Eagles worse than this one right here? 43-8, 2014. Are you going with Chiefs Eagles? Chiefs Eagles. Drop your answers in the chat before I continue, bro. Drop your answers in the chat real quick. 40-22. We know that 22 wasn't real. Or 43-8. One team had Mahomes, by the way. Bronco, which one is worse? Seahawks worse, respectfully? Okay, D-Mac. Okay, so D-Mac manned up and say he think his was worse. Okay, cool. We good, D-Mac. No further words. I'll move on. No further words. Hold on, wait. Another goofy comment. Let me read this one. I'm only asking, but didn't Ravens fans do this we back stuff with Henry? I don't remember. It was so long ago. Okay. Excuse me, sir. No Ravens fans did know we back shit with Henry because without Henry, we were there. We were a damn good football team. We were triple crown on defense, and we had 2 good rushing attack guys, really 3, but eventually we ran into injuries. J.K. got hurt, Keaton Mitchell got hurt, etc. That's what happened. But obviously, Derrick Henry was the cream of the crop. Whenever you can get Derrick Henry, we're not running no we're back shit with Derrick Henry. We would just thankful to have a backfield of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. By the way, he got a question. By the way, answer my question. Okay, here we go. What the Eagles got to do with the AFC though? Okay, simple put. First, you said only one team in the AFC matters. I don't know how you got that logic. We need to focus on winning your division this year. Because I know for sure I'm winning my division this year. The Steelers don't got no quarterback. These niggas lost Justin Fields and Russell Wilson in the same offseason. We're going to get to that in a second. The Bengals don't have a good team, with all due respect. Good offense, not a good team. And the Browns are the Browns. They don't got a quarterback. I know I'm winning my division. But, sir, but D-Mac, the way y'all skated some games last year, the way the Broncos are better now, the way the Chargers will be better in year 2 under Jim Harbaugh, and the Raiders are the Raiders. You better slow your roll, buddy. Slow your roll, buddy. Now, to answer your question again, what do you got to do with the AFC? It's nothing. They don't have nothing to do with the AFC. But I don't see in your mind how only one team in the AFC matters when y'all just got the shit beat out of y'all. Like, shit just beat down y'all leg, and Patrick Mahomes looked worse than Lamar Jackson all year. And according to you, Patrick Mahomes don't turn the ball over in the playoffs. I couldn't tell. Peace, blessings, and love. I'll see you when you come on the stage. All right, man. Bengals are not comp, no. We won our division 8 straight years. How long your streak? Cool. Really will be 4. If you want to be real, our streak will be 4. We just did it back to back. Lamar Jackson missed 2 years. If Lamar Jackson didn't miss those 2 years, it would have been 4 years in a row. Prior to Lamar Jackson getting hurt, we went like 14-3 or 13-4, whatever it was. I can't even remember. 14-3 or 15-2, something like that. So let's be real. Lamar Jackson won the division like 3 or 4 times now. And he missed 2 years, by the way. 2 years. Like, let's be real. Now it's hypothetical wins. We were winning the division before Lamar Jackson got hurt. I'm only telling you facts. You want me to fact check it from? I'll put it on the screen. I'm only telling you facts. All right, man. It's a shame you got the facts to back what up. I just said facts too. We just went back to back, and Lamar Jackson missed 2 years. And then when Lamar Jackson did not miss the season or miss a year, we went 15-2 or 14-3. His MVP year, second year in the league. Like, what are we doing? And I probably missed a year in between. I think the Bengals won a year in between that when they went to the Super Bowl or something like that. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think that's the year the Bengals. I think the Bengals squeezed in there 1 year. All right, gang. Good luck. That's all I'm gonna say is good luck. Hold on, wait. Before I do the promo and I drop the link in the chat, hold on. One more goofy comment. I can't read every single goofy comment, but some comments just be standing out. Bengals and Ravens both games was game of the year, but we not comp. I hate NFL talks. Are y'all comp to win the division? No. That's what this is about. Y'all not comp to win the division. Can you have competitive games? Yes. We're in the division. We play each other 2 times a year. We know each other's teams. Can we have competitive games? Yes. Are y'all comp to win the division? No. 22, Lamar got hurt, TJ. 21, they went to the Super Bowl, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or one of them years, I said that. One of the years they went to the Super Bowl, they won the division. Cool. The other year, Lamar Jackson got hurt. I think that was 22. Like, come on, bro. Like, y'all not Terry, we can run the bet back again. We bet 2 years in a row, y'all don't win the division. We can bet that again. Like, literally again, gang. And that's to anybody. Who in here think the Ravens not going to win? Who in here think the Ravens not going to win the division? Who? Who in here think that? Who? Jump out there. Jump out there. Oh, all right. Fredo, you chatting. Bet $100 the Ravens have a better record in the Bills, Fredo. Bet $100 the Ravens have a better record in the Bills, Fredo. Whoever. Fuck y'all talking about. JB, facts. You know only speak facts. Sedarius, facts. Y'all know only speak facts. Can't make this shit up. They won the division. Both years Lamar Jackson got hurt. I can't make this shit up. Anyways, though, bro. Yeah, they got me fucked up, JT. And it's really because of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's a clown. We're going to get to that in a second. Everybody that's in here, appreciate y'all, man. Welcome to the best show in the world. First and foremost, if you were here, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Liking the live, help more people get in here. The algorithm, that's pretty much, it goes hand in hand. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button on this video. It's 44 people in here already. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all comment throughout the show. I read every single comment y'all can see, good and or bad. I'm not here to make friends. Like, if I see a goofy comment, I'm going to call it a goofy comment. Straight up. So make sure y'all comment. Also, make sure y'all share it out with one person today. I'm pretty sure if you share it out with one person, they'll more than likely be willing to join back. They'll more than likely be willing to join the show again, whether they come on the stage, whether they type in the chat, whatever the case may be. That's what it's all about. And one of them, Shaggy, that's the word on the block. The word on the block is Drake May got his receiver. The word on the block is, Shaggy, I got this question to me yesterday, and I was mad. I even got asked that. No names, but somebody I know said, "Yo, Ev, who you think better, Diggs or Terry?" Like, nigga, what? Diggs in Big 2025? Remember when y'all said about Derrick Henry last year? We talking about Stephon Diggs in 2025? Is he even a top 15 receiver? I'll get to that in a second. Is he going to have better numbers than Zay Flowers this year? Baby? I'll get to that in a second. If you're here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We had 951 subscribers. Road to 1,000. Need 49 more subscribers. Appreciate that. Also, man, if you are in here, you want to extend your support for the platform. I hope everybody that's not a member become a member. I've had 50 plus members. Shout out to Shaggy and Andrew. They both gifted like 5 memberships last week. How can you become a member? The link is in the description on this video. There's 3 different levels you can join as: level 1, level 2, and level 3. And you can become a member for as low as $5. And again, it's just extending your support for the platform and showing you rock with me on a month-to-month basis. Like the niggas that got orange badge, I think they've been members for like 5 months or something like that. So shout out to y'all. Also, you can send super chats and super stickers at any time throughout the show. The amount don't matter to me. I'll be grateful regardless. Whether it's $2, whether it's $5, whether it's $7, all extended support is appreciated. So again, if you are not a member, become a member. Become a member. Become a member. Link to become a member is in the description on this video. Make sure you all follow Fact and Stats on other platforms as well. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is all at Fact and Stats _. The link is in the description on this video for those as well. And also, playback.tv/Fact and Stats. This is another important thing in regards to Fact and Stats. We watch live NBA games in here every single night. I am looking forward to a game specifically. Don't mind this. Don't mind the chat. Peekaboo be just setting anything in the chat. Let me type some dots real quick. Let me get that off y'all screen. My bad, y'all. Let me get that off y'all screen. Y'all don't need to be seeing that. All right, we good now. Let me get that off y'all screen real quick. All right, we good. Don't mind that. My bad, y'all. Peekaboo will be tweaking. I don't know who that is, but he be tweaking. Playback.tv/Fact and Stats. I'm gonna drop that link in the chat. It's also in the description on this video to sign up and join the playback room. It's $0 to sign up and join the playback room. It's an app you can easily download. And we watch live NBA games every single night. I already scheduled 2 games, so we're gonna start off with the Wizards and the Sixers just for the F of it, and then we're gonna get to the Lakers and the Pacers, and that's what I really want to watch tonight. I also want to see the Clippers and the Knicks. I think that's gonna be a good game. Shout out to the Knicks. Josh Hart and Cat both had double-doubles last night. I mean triple-doubles last night. Wild to think about. And then we're gonna end it off with the Celtics versus the Suns. And the Suns are rolling right now, and they're underdogs. Do what y'all want with that information. Playback.tv/Fact and Stats. Gambling Discord. The link should be on this page. If it does not work, just let me know. And then also the Who Sold Your Parlay segment starts now. Look no further than Jimmy Butler. I mean, who was out of think? Let me drop the link in the chat. Hold on, my bad. Who was out of think this man? Who was out of think who joined the stage? My bad. Who was out of think this man was going to give me 18 points? Like, he didn't even give me 18 points. I had 2 beautiful parlays I made yesterday, y'all. I made one was Jimmy 18, OKC money line, SGA 25, plus minus 107, 106, whatever it was. 100 make you 93 or 94, whatever it is. I didn't put 100 on it though, but 100 make you 94, 93, whatever the case may be. My next parlay, that's one off. Jimmy had 11 points. My next parlay was Grizzlies money line, OKC money line, Knicks money line, another team money line, and Jimmy 20. All the teams. Yesterday was a money line day. All the teams won besides, and Jimmy didn't get 20 points.
Wait, what you did again?
Say that again.
What you did? What did you do?
Second one was let me actually get the facts behind this one. The second one was hold on. So I did the one that
did one that we did.
Yeah. And then my second one was after that was Hero 15, Jimmy 20, Knicks money line, Rockets money line, and Grizzlies money line. So all these lines was low because it was right before the game started. Everybody covered but Jimmy. So Jimmy sold me on 2 different parlays. I came back on the back end though. It took Heat, Magic, Knicks, Rockets, and OKC. So I wasn't too mad, what I lost because I won more money overall at the end of the night. But yeah, Jimmy, man, he sold 2 parlays, bro. Could've went for
I
3
did
points.
what we did. I put one. I did 2 last night, and he sold both of them as well. One had 20, one had 17 and a half that we did. But I had Jimmy. I can't remember if it was 20 or 17 and a half. The one that I basically did the one that we did, and I know we was talking about a couple other money lines. I actually ended up adding Magic money line and Cavs money line. I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it." All 4 cleared. Jimmy Butler. And like, bro, you can't make it up. Like, I thought one of the money lines would be the one that would sell. Like, I thought even if he didn't go off, he'll get 20 because he didn't got nobody else to score. Turns out they just wasn't gonna score last night at all.
Yep.
Hey, while we're talking about betting, Ev, I noticed you didn't have an answer for my bet. That you put some money up. I wanted to see if you wanted to follow through on that.
What's that?
I got 100 that we win our division.
Oh no, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I respect another team enough in the AFC West to challenge that. Yeah, I'm
minutes
okay.
ago is we got to worry about winning our division. But
I do think so. Are you just like certain y'all winning y'all division? Like, cause I think you're certain we're winning our division. Are you certain y'all winning y'all division?
I'm certain. Yeah, I said we could put 100 that you don't win division and that we win our division. We could put 100 on both.
Oh, you don't want to do that?
I said we can.
I think I like that. Okay. It's only March 26th. We'll follow up on that. I think I like that. Please follow up on that by at least August. Please. I know it's 5 months away, but yes, please. We will remember because we'll be talking about football in here in a couple of months. So yeah,
look, I'm nothing if not fair.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. But why did you make a comment about y'all don't? It's only one team in the AFC that matters, though. I'm just.
I just wanted to fuck with you a little bit, man. Been a while.
Okay. Who do you think is on y'all level, if anybody?
No, I mean, you guys know. I mean, the Ravens and Bills every single year because of the quarterbacks are going to be there. I don't necessarily see anybody else right now.
Yeah. Okay. We're on the same page. Fair. Appreciate the ones that's up here so far already. Risha, what's up? We're going to start off with 2 quick comments in regards to the NFL. I guess they got their guy, and that's the easiest way to label it at the moment. Stephon Diggs inks a 3-year deal, $69 million deal, including $26 million guaranteed with the New England Patriots. He is now going to be going to a room with Pop Douglas, Bourne, the other rookie they drafted last year. Can't remember his name. Slipped my mind. Who they drafted in the second round again? D-Mac. Forget that wide receiver name.
Oh, Polk. Yeah,
Jalen Polk. Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry. So now, I don't know why Ted's laughing. So for me, I mean,
y'all gotta have a defense. There's nothing I can do for you other than that. So once you get defense, then we can talk. You gotta get defense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why he's laughing, to be honest. But yeah, Jalen Polk. So I guess whenever you have a young quarterback coming up and look good in his games that he started and played in, you want to have as many weapons as possible on the outside. And I do think that Diggs can help with some of those other wide receivers that can be going throughout games. I'm not too much of a fan of Diggs at this point from an overall standpoint, but I do think that the Patriots overall are still having a good offseason from a lot of the guys that they acquired so far. Is he he's more of a positive than a negative anyway? You know what I'm saying? And he can also be a good safety security blanket for Drake, man, short down situations or things of that nature. I don't think he's a guy that's stretching the field at like what he's doing 2, 3, 4 years ago in Buffalo. But he'll still be fine. In New England. 23 looked like a year. I guess that's cool. Coming off a torn ACL, 30, 31, somewhere in that ballpark. So we'll see how effective he is. And he's expected to be ready for week 1 as well. So yeah, that's my little brief comments on Diggs and Drake May pairing it up and trying to get the Patriots back to being relevant in the AFC East. So that's me. D-Mac or Lowe, whoever else.
Who was it that the Niners signed? The receiver that the Niners signed this year?
Demarcus Robertson, I think.
Yeah. Basically the same shit to me. I don't really care about this signing. Like, this is
damn.
No.
He robs a functioning wide receiver. So
I'm trolling you, low. I'm trolling. Like, but it's cool. Like, they needed a safety net guy. They needed just a reliable guy. Like, they kind of needed that. So it's cool for that, and I'm assuming this is really a 1 year deal. I'm just gonna assume that. I don't know I haven't looked into the structure of it, but looking at the guarantee money, I'm assuming they can really
You
get
can
out of
safely
this.
assume that 26 billion, most, if not all of that, is going to come in that first year.
Yeah,
So
and even if some of it's in the next year, it's not a lot because it's only 26 mil. So they can get out of this after 1 year if he's just not himself. So it's low risk, potentially high reward. There's nobody else really out there. They could potentially still draft the guy. I
Yeah, I
don't know
guess.
what their
Right.
picks
That's
are.
true.
There.
We still have the number 4 overall pick in the draft.
No, I'm talking about you wouldn't draft them. You wouldn't draft them there though. I'm talking about like your
I mean,
second,
we could
third
get
round.
Travis right there.
Yeah, you could. That's true. But I mean like your priorities in second, third round because that's where you could get like a value
Yeah,
guy. But
yeah. I mean, even we still. I mean, we still like earlier each round, like number 4 pick
mhm.
each round, right? So we could go wide receiver early second or early third if we wanted to.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know where that fit in with your other needs. Okay, that's that. Yeah. So if they do that, that could be cool. And then Diggs could
Most
maybe
of
be
our
more properly slotted.
I get what you're saying. I get my fault. I get what you're saying
Oh
now.
no, no, you good.
How we in terms of needs. I mean, most of our major needs we addressed in free agency. Um, we only thing I think we really need right now in the draft is some offensive line help, some defensive, some depth, a little bit, but that's like lower, I want to say, and some help in the run game. So I think the wide receiver, it probably the priority list probably just dropped a little lower, but I think we still draft the wide receiver.
Cool. Okay, yeah, you can go. That's all. I pretty much wrapped up what I was gonna say about it. That was really it.
yeah, I mean, I think that Stephon Diggs obviously has the question marks that come with it. I thought that he was, a solid wide receiver for the Texans before he got hurt. So, the question mark of where he's at and the injury and the age, it's a big deal of it. But, like Jordan alluded to, he's going to end up, coming in at $26 million really for that first year and then get out for necessary. And they needed somebody in the wide receiver room because Drake May is really good. And, they've been able to add veterans to the offensive line. They need somebody that can catch the ball before they go into the draft. So I understand why they decided to do that. They obviously had the money to do so. Still need to draft guys, obviously, as said. So yeah, I mean, it was just shocking to see the number, but obviously it's one of those things where the reported tweet is always what comes down to the guaranteed money.
Yep. Thank you, brother, or thank both of y'all, Low and R, if y'all want to add anything to it. Low, I know you, John, like we just talking too, but
Nah, you good. I don't mind being patient. Of course I like the move. I love the move. Get Drake May some help. Um, I think the move itself is not really that big of a story. I think the bigger story is here is kind of like the what's the word I'm looking for here? The state of the off season that we're having. We're having a pretty good off season, hell of an off season in my opinion. Um, got a bunch of key additions, and I feel like Stephon Diggs is kind of like just the icing on the cake of all that. Like, okay, because a lot of the additions we gotten so far was on defense, and I think besides some offensive tackles here and there, Diggs is well, when we did sign what's his name, Matt Collins. Diggs is kind of like one of the he's probably one of the better offensive moves that we could have made this year. I mean, we tried to get. I know we talked to Cooper Cup and we talked to I want to say Debo. I think we had a brief conversation with Debo and we couldn't get either of those guys to well the Debo thing that wasn't really real, but the Cooper Cup thing we couldn't. I guess he chose Seattle. I think somebody said he was from there or something like that, which I guess that made make a little bit more sense. We paid him. I'm cool with what we paid him. That seems to be the going rate for receivers right now. I mean, niggas got paid 40, so paying him 20 what 3 a year, 26 a year. I'm not mad at that at all. Um, but to get some help, man, get some help to my guy Drake. Man, I don't know if y'all watched last year. That shit was pitiful. We we couldn't we couldn't we couldn't the few times they got open they couldn't catch the ball and a couple times most of the time they couldn't even get open. So I think Stephon Diggs immediately comes in and he changes that. Now with our with our fourth overall pick, right? I think this kind of puts a question mark on it, right? Because I don't know if we go Trav. Because I honestly, I want Abdul. That would be my preference, right? I want Abdul, but I don't think Abdul. It's a good chance Abdul won't be there. I would pray. I would like for him to be there. I believe two. I believe two quarterbacks go, and then it's gonna come down to does that third team want Trav or Abdul, and then we're gonna get the other one. So, and I think that we just got to pray it falls in our favor. And I mean, it is what it is.
All right, thank you. Before Ari chime in, question to the stage and chat. My man Keezy, one shout out to Keezy. Shout out to Wayne in here too. Shout out to both of y'all niggas. He said Pat spent the most money they all caps trying to compete this year. Do anybody in here in the chat and stage think the Pats will compete this year in the AFC?
Compete to do
I
what?
don't think they're trying to compete. I think they're
What are
trying
we
to put a
calling
requisite.
competing?
They're just trying to put a ecosystem around Drake May that doesn't get him killed. That'd be the first and foremost thing.
You got to build somewhere. You got to start building somewhere. I think that's what they're. I think they're trying to build. I think that's the word.
And they've got the money to spend, so they understandably did. Now, this hasn't been the best free agency class to necessarily spend, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's just they're just trying to slowly get better and not get Drake May killed is what the biggest thing about it is.
Exactly. We had the worst. We had literally the worst offensive line of football last year. I think they and honestly, not just the worst offensive line. I think they also ranked probably the worst in pass catcher group last year too. So I think they're trying to put something around because you gotta. It's like I said to you on Twitter, right? Before you can get to the playoff contention and Super Bowl, you gotta be competitive. Like, you gotta put together something on the field, something on tape that builds confidence, right? And yeah, you can go from 4 wins to what's it called to playoffs like you said the Broncos did. Yeah, you could, and who's to say we don't? But you got to put the guys on the field first to get there.
Okay. I mean, Patrick in the chat, I believe the Pats will have a Commanders type run. I don't, Patrick. I 1000% disagree with you. I just don't see that happening.
God bless.
I mean, you
God
didn't see the
bless.
Commanders doing it, so hey.
Hey, I don't think you guys would be the Commanders this year, man. That's all I want to say.
Bro, you didn't think the Commanders were going to be the Commanders last year.
So are you saying there's a possibility that you guys have a Commanders type run this year?
I'm saying that you don't know, just like I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody thought the Commanders would have that kind of run. Like you just got at that point, you just got to put it on the field. Like if you put roster
I
side by
think
side, you wouldn't be like, oh, that roster was just so much better than this one.
I know for a fact they win more games than y'all this year.
The
Come on,
question
bro.
that I would have.
I think
on the
it's
same topic no more.
less. I think it's less about what do they have and what did the Commanders have, what the Patriots have. I think the Commanders took advantage of a spot that opened up with the Cowboys sucking last year. And they're not being, they're now being a space. And then also with what happened with the 49ers, there were 2 spaces kind of created in the NFC for teams to step in and take advantage of it. And they did, and so did Minnesota. I don't think anybody here can say that the Commanders had like a stacked ass roster because they didn't. So I don't necessarily think it's about that. I think it's more of like space and opportunity to have that run. It's more about, obviously like roster and how you perform, but like also, is there a place for you to or a space for you to go in and take advantage of? Because even if they get better, if all of the teams that were in the playoffs last year for the AFC are back in the playoffs, then that kind of just makes it harder to have a run per se. Not saying that they won't improve because I think they should. It's just more of like that run was a lot of overachieving and a lot of like, wow, they're doing a lot of shit that we didn't think they were going to be able to do. So I think it's like two parts to that process.
I think that the biggest thing that you would say that if you're going to make a run similar to the Commanders, it would start with the ability to have veteran coaches in the building. Obviously, Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, Cliff specifically kind of was able to diversify a little bit of his offense, but it also really tailored itself to Jaden Daniels. This is a situation in which Mike Vrabel is coming in, obviously a guy that has experience, a guy that has success, can affect the defensive side of the ball as well. And obviously Josh McDaniels, if there are tweaks that Josh McDaniels can do, to squeeze more out of the offense than necessarily the talent would suggest with a guy in Drake May that I think is very talented. And you get a defense that plays better necessarily than it does on paper because of Mike Vrabel's tutelage, then yeah, I suppose that type of thing can be possible. Obviously, that is the 1% of the 1% type of outcome for the Patriots season, given their talent level. But hey, hope springs eternal.
I like what um my man said in the chat. I know he said that fuck did I first put on the screen? He said Pat spent the most money this year. They trying to compete. And then y'all said, well, I wouldn't say competing. Well, I don't think they're going to compete. And I think Jordan said I wouldn't say compete, I would say build. But then he just came back and said Commanders signed a bunch of 1-year deals and a few 2-year. They weren't trying to compete, they were simply trying to build. But the Pats on the other side are giving out deals to solidify players. They're not trying to build. They're trying to compete, he's saying. How y'all feel about that?
Nah, I don't, because I get what he's saying, but I don't think it's
I get what
necessarily.
he's saying too.
I think it's more so about, because you got to understand though, like from what they just came from. The talks in the locker room was pretty much that Mayo was like he was a damn near just a player, bro. Like he wasn't really like, it wasn't really no accountability. That was the talks in the locker room. So I think what they trying to do with Vrabel and kind of like with some of the signing they're trying to sign some veteran guys to bring in some to kind
They
of
want to
to
instill
shift
a
the culture
culture.
back. Yeah, to shift the culture back to the quote unquote Patriot way, whatever the hell you think that is right now. Like you got to get some discipline and a certain structure in the building before you can start worrying about the next step.
Okay.
I do think that they want to win games. I'm not trying to take that away because obviously they signed some of the defensive guys. Milk Williams obviously is the headliner, but
Yeah.
guys like Carter Davis, guys like Landry, Spillane, guys that fit what Vrabel wants to do as far as his defense is concerned. I do think though their number one thing is, hey, let's make sure Drake May doesn't get killed, and if we end up winning games and compete for the playoffs, that's great. The reason why I temper the expectations is simply because if they don't end up making the playoffs or if they, are a 5-win team again, I don't think it's the end of the world that ends up happening. I don't think that their expectations should be set to be, around 500 as a football team. Because I don't
Okay.
think that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. Okay. Were you about to ask something, Ari? And also, do you want to add anything about the Diggs signing?
To that point, not real to the building or perform point. I definitely think it's more about setting a foundation, winning as an addition, but I definitely think they care more. I don't I'll put it this way. I think they're okay if they end up being the Lions and not the Commanders. In the sense to where it took the Lions a few years. They had to build, they had to get shit together. And in those, like, I think 2 years or so, I'm thinking about after they got Goff and Dan Campbell went over, I think it was about 2 or maybe 3 years, they weren't good. they, they weren't really competitive. I remember them cheering for their first win in the season and all that stuff. And then you see them now, and it's like, oh yeah, the Lions really got it together. And you look at pretty much every facet of their team, you're like, oh, this is a really stacked team because they built. So I don't think they would mind building if they know winning is coming. And I also don't think they would mind being the Commanders where they were able to win as they built a little bit, but knowing now that they have winning and stuff to build upon, um, I think it's cool, you know? But I do think they'll progress. I don't know how much by. I think they should use themselves as a standard and not look at other teams because then that's only gonna mess you up. I think progress based on what the Patriots have been in the past year or two um is what's more important than, oh shit, we didn't make the playoffs. We fucking suck. You know? I would agree. To the Diggs point, I'm just wondering why Amari Cooper ain't been signed.
Mhm.
Is he hurt? Is there something we don't know about? Because I think coming into last season, people would have chosen Amari Cooper over Diggs. Not saying either way, but I just think a Diggs coming off of what he tore his ACL or Achilles or something like that.
ACL. I don't
Um,
think people would have chosen Mario over Diggs like coming into last year.
no, you don't think so?
Am I by myself with that? Anybody else? I don't think so. I think they would have chose Diggs
I
over
wouldn't.
last
Uh,
year.
I think I might have favored Amari, but I mean, you could go either way.
Either or, it's not.
Depending
Yeah,
on,
Yeah,
depending on what
yeah.
you were looking for in a wide receiver.
I just
Yeah.
think a 31-year-old wide receiver coming off an ACL, when there is a wide receiver out there that around, I think Diggs is just a year older than Amari. Amari's like 30. Um, that to our knowledge isn't coming off like a major injury or something like that. Skill set's a little bit different in terms of like the way that they play, but like
Yeah.
I think can be a solid wide receiver. I would just wonder what's the hold up on him. Not even just specific to the Patriots situation, but just like in general with the Cooper Cups and the Devontaes and I forgot who else got traded and all of other whatever. With some of the like the clear better receivers just like out of the picture. Um, that's my only like why isn't Amari signed?
Okay. Yeah. Good idea. Amari definitely is still out there. We'll see where he ends up landing at. Also, quick shout out to the Ravens for landing a Wouzier. We need another corner. And he'll be a good guy to have in the room alongside of Marlo and Nate Wiggins. And I'd probably still like for us to draft a corner in that to add to our room as well. Because we had a freaking Brandon Stevens who went to the Jets. Shout out to him. Um, we had Tre'Davious White. We all know who he is at this point now. So now I like bringing in a Wouzier who spent some time in Cincy, who spent some time in Dallas, and most recent spent some time in Tennessee. So I think it'd be a good addition to our room. And just want to try to continue to build our defense up, get some pass rushers, and hopefully another wide receiver as well. So quick shout out for that. Um, what I was about to say. Also, if you in here again, reminder y'all, do not forget to like the video. Do not forget to like this video. It takes y'all 1 second to hit the thumbs up button on this video. Also, if you are not a member, I would love for you all to become a member as well. How can you become a member? The link is in the description on this video. Next, what is going on with two teams? What do they want to do? What are they going to do? I mean, one team in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nah, I didn't even know you was in here, Lori. What's good with you? One team in the Pittsburgh Steelers literally lost two quarterbacks to the same state. Like, I don't get it. Justin Fields to the New York Jets. Not that much of a fan of that anyway. And then Russell Wilson to the New York Giants. I need to know what's going on in New York because last week they signed Jameis Winston to obviously look like a backup type of contract. And then Deion Sanders comes out 2 days ago. Well, I want basically advocating for the Giants to draft Shador Sanders. And then they basically say, well, cool. F that though. We're gonna give Russ 10.5 million guarantee. He can make up to 21 million. I need to know on the stage. I need to know in the chat how y'all feel about what's going on in New York, and then also what's going to be next for the Steelers. Because is it Aaron Rodgers? Is it
Yeah,
like I don't
I
know.
think it's
I
gonna be
think the
Rodgers.
Giants should
I
draft a
think the
quarterback.
Steelers.
Much
I-
love, Lori. Much love.
I think the Steelers are going to take Aaron Rodgers. I think the Giants know that Aaron Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh, and so that's what prompted them to make the Jameis signing and then the Russ signing. The question that still exists from this standpoint is really what it comes down to. We all can assume now that Cam Ward's going number one to the Titans.
Yeah.
Do the Giants know that Shedeur Sanders is going to the Browns, or do the Giants not want Shedeur Sanders? I think that's really what it comes down to.
Right.
It doesn't feel like you would sign Russ, and then this is also a very important aspect of this. This is a GM and a coach that have been told by the owner you have to win games in
Exactly.
2025 to save your
Exactly.
job. So that is important context.
I'm about to bring
Understanding the
that up.
Giants.
Yep.
So it doesn't feel like you would sign Russ, sign Jameis, and then still draft a quarterback at number 3. Still possible, and crazier things have happened, but it doesn't feel like that would be the way that you would go. So to me, it just comes down to, do they know that the Browns are going Shedeur, or do they just not like Shedeur, period? And that still doesn't mean that they can draft a Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe, in the second round, supposedly, if those guys get there.
Don't forget about
But
Quinn.
I do feel like that it means that Shedeur going to the Giants is something that's off the table.
Yeah. Yep. And I meant to bring that up when I in the beginning. Oh, my bad. All right, go ahead.
I'm on the flip side. I think this is a sign of, just like what D-Mac brought up, I think this is a sign of a GM and a coach who's desperate. And I think it's a sign of a GM and a coach who wants to give themselves every opportunity to save their jobs. which means, yes, you don't let the only quarterback on your team be the rookie and Danny DeVito. Tommy, that's his name. Tommy DeVito. Whatever DeVito.
Yeah.
You don't let it be him. You kind of are Xing Tommy DeVito out because you already know what that is. So he is your break. He's your second break glass if emergency quarterback. Like, I think they're going to keep him on the practice squad all year until they have, like, unless they absolutely have to bring him up. So then I think you sign Jameis, you sign Russ, both to 1-year deals, right? Okay. And then you draft Shador. So you're now giving yourself 3 viable options of, okay, if one don't work out, we can go to this one. If the other one don't
3.
work out,
You
we can
saying
go
you
to
want
that
them
one.
to do that? You saying you want them to draft Shador still?
I think they do, personally.
But
I
Jameis,
definitely
Russ,
agree.
and Shador.
I definitely agree that they're operating out of desperation. No doubt about it. I agree with that. It's just, I interpret it differently, but I certainly agree. They are operating out of desperation. There's no two ways about that.
They're scrambling. This is what
Yeah.
I think. They're scrambling. And I think they're going to get, I think it only makes sense, just from my perspective. I think it only makes sense because here's the thing. I look at it this way. You don't draft Shador. You rock out with either Jameis or Russ, right? And they're doing okay, but they're not really, you're still not really competing. It's better than what you had last year, but it still really ain't nothing. And then Shador goes wherever he goes, and he's having a good season. That is also something that can get you fired because you were in position to get him, unless what DMX said is true, and they know he's going to the Browns. That is
Yeah.
the only they know he's going to the Browns, so they're trying to cover their asses. That is the only thing that I think, okay, well, that would make like total sense, or like why they did what they did. I think both of them are 1-year deals. I think they both know that regardless of if Russ or Jameis can save their jobs this year, I think they also know that they can't count on that for the next few years. You know? So it was kind of like, give yourself all the chances, give yourself all the opportunities, give yourself all the options. If you can take Shador and he's there, take him. And I think they do.
The Titans are going Cam Ward. It
I
was
agree
just that
with the Titans going to
yeah,
more.
it felt like the signing of Jameis was the move that was saying, hey, we don't have to necessarily go and draft a quarterback at 3 if the guy's not there that we like. Or if Aaron Rodgers wants to still come here, we can still, add him as well. The fact that it feels like those, or at least the Aaron Rodgers part of it, has now shut off, and then you add Russell Wilson, makes me feel like quarterback at 3 doesn't necessarily come into play for them. But again, we don't know. Obviously, the draft, anything can happen from that standpoint. And I definitely agree; they're absolutely operating out of desperation. There's no doubt about that.
Yep. I agree with everything that y'all said. I definitely meant to bring up that owner and GM point as far as your job was on the line, so you really can't go a certain route or a certain direction. Um, Panicking. The Jameis move, I understood it. I get it. Whenever you get a guy like Jameis that can be your backup quarterback that can step in and win games if need be, or at least can perform at a level to potentially have you in some games to win. Not all, because he's an inconsistent quarterback in my opinion. But he's better than most backup quarterbacks, I'll say. That's a plus. But then when you go out and you get Russell Wilson, that just like took the Shador thing off the table for me. If Ari is right, which I would be a fan of, cool. I do think Cam is a lock to 1. The Titans like him. Think he'll probably definitely for sure going number 1 if the Giants somehow, some way grant Dion's with his wish of Shador being in New York. Cool. We'll see how that looks. If not this season, maybe even next. For him to perform and play. So yeah, that's my little 1-2 on that. As far as the Giants over, I don't think the Giants are going to be a good football team this year. I don't think the Jets are going to be a good football team this year. And as far as the Steelers, we're getting Aaron Rodgers. Just to throw them in a bunch too. I don't know what they're going to look like this year, to be honest with you.
Are we sure they're getting Aaron Rodgers?
If they do, yeah. If they do,
to me, the musical chairs have ended, and that's them two just there.
Because I don't think the Vikings want
The
Aaron
Vikings
Rodgers.
don't want him.
Yeah, I
The
don't think
Vikings,
Aaron
no, they
Rodgers.
don't. They
They don't
don't.
want Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers has nowhere to go. The Steelers are only
Yeah.
place for the open quarterback spot.
Yep. And if they don't get Aaron Rodgers, they literally don't have no other choice. Like they don't. I don't know what they'll do.
I
'Cause
mean,
think
where the only quarterback on their roster right
Joe
now is
Flacco.
Mason Rudolph, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they went like 3
Okay.
straight years with having a different starting quarterback.
You could always draft Jackson Dart to 21, I suppose.
I was about to say I mean, there's options, but
Well, I
it's
think they
kind of
like Jalen
like
Milrow. I think they like
I was
Jalen
about to say
Milrow.
they do
Or
like
Jalen
Milrow. I
Milrow,
think.
I think that I don't think that if they sign Aaron Rodgers that takes him out of drafting a quarterback. I think that they could
Agree.
sign Aaron Rodgers and then go draft a guy in the first round too. Yeah, that's definitely possible. But I do think that it's kind of just they're slowly marching to the inevitable of Rodgers to Pittsburgh.
Yep. Okay. Well, thank y'all for y'all comments on May and Diggs and the Patriots. Thank y'all for the comments of the Russ and everything around the Giants and football.
Real quick before you do move on, there's a mock draft site that allows people to do kind of multiplayer drafts. So as we get closer to the draft, I'd love to be able to do a little, fan mock draft in here with the people as well. Look forward to that.
Will
And
Johnson at 9.
you know what's crazy about that? What's crazy about that? Fredo texted me that like a month ago or two, and I told him that we can do that. So then wouldn't I have to get like 30 different people of fans of the teams to come in here and do that?
Well, you can have bots do the other one. So like however many fans you would
okay.
control. Yeah. And you log on with whatever Gmail account.
I've done one before, Ev, in GIB, and typically what happens is that you can just tweet out, "Hey, doing a fan mock draft on this day. If you want to rep your team, send a DM to the Facts and Stats account."
Yeah.
And so like you can check with your people that you already have in here to see if they want to do it, and then if people come and they're like, "Oh, I'll do it for the Chargers," I'm Chargers fan. Okay,
I'm
cool.
pretty sure. Yeah, because I know we got like 10 to 15 different people that be willing to do something like that. Like Justin or Chan for the Falcons, Fredo for the Bills, BJ Ari, not to be funny, Saints, Lily Packers, Agent
Lily
Vikings.
and Cable Packers.
Yeah, my bad. Agent Vikings, Miles Cardinals, the only Cardinals fan I know. Jada Panthers. This nigga's a Cardinals fan. Like that shit is just wild to think about. That shit is wild to think about, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I never met a Cardinals fan I just never met a Cardinals fan in my life before. That's just crazy. Besides this other dude named Corey, that used to be on Spaces, actually.
Yeah, I remember him. I was about to bring him up.
Ted, Bengals, etc.
Yeah,
we got Lions. Jeffries. Okay,
we got Lions considered covered. Shit.
Yeah, we can do that. We
Broncos.
can do that.
We got pretty much. We got a lot of the teams covered.
We got some pretty good. Yeah, we got some pretty good coverage in here.
The draft is April 24th or what? 25th, 26th? What?
26th.
Yo,
24th.
Let me see how much of a hater you are.
It's the 24th. First round's 24th.
Where you think Patriots finishing the division this year? So just with what you've seen so far.
I'm not gonna lie to you, gang. I'm not trolling, bro. Y'all division is so bad to me. At least y'all can be second.
Okay, at least you being real. Thank you.
Like y'all division is that bad to me.
At least you being real, bro. Thank you, bro.
Wait, y'all don't think the Justin Fields led Jets are gonna do anything?
Nah, I personally don't.
Hell no.
I think that Justin Fields could have a solid season for the Jets, and they could bounce back with Aaron Glenn leading that defense. I think that's possible.
I think it is too.
No, but
I think they could finish second, but I would say the Patriots should be third or fourth. And I don't know who's gonna be fourth at the moment, if any. But I think the Patriots could reach second. But if
we know who's gonna be fourth, you ain't have to say that.
I mean, all three.
No,
of those
I wouldn't
those three spots, in my opinion. I can see a world in which the Dolphins are third or second, the Jets are second or third, or the Patriots are second, third. Like I can see any one of those things. To be honest,
is Jacksonville not in that division? Damn.
No, but that's where I'm at with it.
Dolphins. And Dolphins are bun. I don't even know what the Dolphins have they made a move this offseason?
Yes, I think.
I don't know what the
It was something small, most likely. Yeah, they signed Willie Gay.
They did sign Willie Gay.
Mhm.
Okay.
They also signed James Daniels, starting guard.
A guard, yeah.
And Zach Wilson.
Yeah, they did sign Zach Wilson as well. They got Dotson from the Bills. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
I might shoot for that the week of the draft or the week before the draft. Maybe the week before the draft. As I'm
You can
looking at
do it
this,
like that Monday.
I don't know because I don't know what the NBA gonna be looking like. That's
Shoot
around
for
NBA.
what?
I think that's
Yeah,
NBA
Oh, that's
playoff
around
time.
playoff time, ain't it?
Yeah,
The playoffs will be in full swing by then, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
What you
that's April
trying to do,
19th
Ev?
season starts.
Let me see what NBA playoffs start.
a fan mock draft
April
as a
19th they
collective.
start.
April 19th, Ari.
Fan mock draft.
Oh
Okay.
shit, y'all got this shit marked down.
I ain't gonna lie,
I
Patriots
just looked it up.
fans, we deep in here, bro. We gotta get together, bro. We
Oh yeah, that
gotta
first
huddle up.
Ev, you shouldn't do it the week before. That'll be
Yeah.
the first week that playoffs start in, so you should just do it that Monday. Or shit.
Nah, I don't. I doubt a Monday. I ain't gonna lie, because playoff. It's gonna be April. If I had to guess, April 15th or 16th, somewhere in that ballpark.
Dog,
Right,
I was
'cause
just gonna say, do it
Wait, no,
between
the
the
draft
play-in
is
and
the
the first and the
24th,
first
right?
game.
Yeah,
20,
Yeah, just do it that week of the 14th then.
yeah, it's gonna be that
Because
week.
playoffs still
Because-
won't have started yet.
Because the
the
season
play-in the
don't
15th
end
to
to
the
the
18th,
13th.
right?
The season
The
don't end to
play-in
the
is the
13th, and the playoffs don't start to the 19th.
Yeah,
So you got
Yeah,
so
so just do it like that week.
the play-in is the 15th to the 18th. So if you wanted to do it the Monday the 14th, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that probably
Yeah.
would make the most sense.
Yeah. Okay. So we can put
It
it.
You can
would
bring
be a
back
mock
NFL
draft Monday.
Mondays
There
for
you go.
that day.
Yeah, fan match group. I'm gonna put 4-14. Okay, 4-14.
And truthfully, if you can just make that your draft day, because I know once playoffs are really like starting, nobody gonna really want to, outside of like reviewing the draft and stuff like that, or like talking about the first round, that could be like your draft day, and you can
Yeah.
promote it as that. So
All right, I got you. Thank y'all. And great idea, D-Mac. I do not see the need to switch over to playback today. So if anybody that's in here for any NBA related things, you honestly can just come to the stage. It's really just Heat, Jimmy, and NBA games. If you don't want to come to the stage, cool. I'll say a parent talk. But for the one that they come up here for the NFL real quick, Jordan, Ari, D-Mac, thank y'all. With that being said, though, yeah, NBA was a little. So today, after the show today, which probably take like another hour and a half. I love days like this because I can go live on TikTok real quick and game, and then I can also work on some fact and stats apparel, design ideas and things like that. So I love having free time, personally, but I am looking forward to watching the NBA tonight, though, which is slate is still a little, but you can probably get some good games. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking forward to, Tez. I'll wait on tomorrow, gang. Like I'll wait on tomorrow, gang. Like I'm all about March Madness right now. Like I'm not even on no NBA this, NBA that. I'm on March Madness. So I'm waiting for Thursday and Friday. And after Thursday and Friday, it don't even stop there. Like no funny. After Thursday and Friday, we got the Elite 8 Saturday and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Thursday through Sunday, I'm on March Madness. I'm not watching NBA basketball. I don't care about none of that. That was my first time watching the Heat game in full in a while. My first time watching an NBA game in full in a while, to be completely honest with you. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Like, I don't know if this guy thought he still had a Heat jersey on or what, but Jimmy Butler returned to Miami and he played like he really was still on the Heat. I mean, I'm being dead serious. I mean, last night, Jimmy Butler had 11 points. Let me pull up this box score, y'all. I can't make this shit up, man. Last night, Jimmy had 11 points. I think he went like 5 for 13. Hold on. 5 for 12, 0 for 2 from 3, 6 rebounds, 2 assists with a minus 19. He was being guarded by Bam Adebayo last night. And before I get to the game, I got a question in the chat because there was some things who people were saying in the playback, well, should he have done this? Or why do he have to do this? Why do he have to do that? Giannis is not playing tonight, by the way, for anybody that gamble. Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do that? Whatever the case may be. How are y'all feeling about what Jimmy decided to do last night? We're just going to start right there real quick before I get into my little 1-2. Jimmy left last night without dapping up any of his former Heat players. All he did was dap up one of his little friends, make a face, and walk out the arena. And you know, at that moment, sitting on the bench, him and Draymond was talking about it. They definitely was having like, what you gonna do? You gonna go say something? You know what I'm saying? Da 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 da. This he goes, he dap up his friend, he make a little face, look a little smirk, Look, the little smirk, like, nah, like, nah, fuck them. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the little smirk, as the ladies would say, it's the little smirk for me. Look at the little smirk. Like, nah, fuck them. And then walk off. Jimmy Butler, listen. I'm gonna start with this. Fuck the game. Fuck the game, Jimmy. You are any ounce of respect. Anybody that don't know I'm a Heat fan. Any ounce of respect that I have for you, whether it was 1%, whether it was 2%, whether it was 3%, it's gone. It's literally gone. I don't got no respect for you because you don't got no respect for my team and my organization. But you want to go and say in the presser, we helped you become the player you are today. If you ain't make this stop in Miami, you wouldn't be who you are. When niggas show some fucking respect. Go dap up Bam Adebayo. Go say what's up to Spo, Karan, Chris, etc. Go say what's up to Hero, whoever. The whole nine, I can go on and on and on and on and on. This man only spoke to Kevin Love, Terry Rozier, and barely Alec Burks. Like, Alec Burks had to go walk up to him. If I'm Alec Burks, I'm not even doing that, nigga. You ain't even know him long enough as far as teammates. You ain't even know him long enough. You ain't played with him long enough. Jimmy's a clown. He's forever a clown. And this last year in Miami, he was a clown for me. Before last night, I appreciate everything he did for my organization. That little short-ass tribute video, it brought some of my feelings back. But the way he played in that game reminded me. The way he left that court told me something. Jimmy, nobody in the Heat like you no more. I don't like you no more. No Heat fan got any respect for you no more. I don't got no respect for you no more. And I wish you the best in Golden State because we was not going to pay you $60 fucking million because you clearly do not deserve it. As a number one option where you have to be the best guy on the court, you fold. You look for favorable matchups as a 6'6", 6'7" wing. You scared to take players one-on-one. Granted, even if it wasn't Bam, because even when it was Highsmith did a solid job, if you ask me. I think you had like one bucket or two on Tyler Hero. But outside of that, you wasn't looking to take nobody. I don't want people to just be like, well, he was being guarded by Bam Adebayo. It was numerous times where Bam was not on that man, and he still got into the paint and passed the ball, or he still couldn't get to his spots. So, Jimmy, thank God you're off my team. I wish you nothing but the best in Golden State, and you didn't deserve that $60 million for the Miami Heat. It's just that simple, bro. It's just that simple. I got no further words. It's just that simple. 11 channel, you a Heat fan. You can speak to the game. Shout out to Bam. Shout out to Hero. Shout out to Weir. That's literally, I'm just giving them guys shout outs. Davion, you can speak to the game. I just wanted to speak directly to Jimmy Butler. I'm good.
Ah, man. You know, it felt good. It felt good because Jimmy had his little homeboys and they matched a little Joy sweater, you know, in the game. And, you know, Ernie, Heat fans, they know Ernie. So I'm not going to go into details about what Ernie be doing on Twitter, but for him to get front row seats because they was hyping up this matchup. They were excited, you know. They had this day circled. For your boy to come out here lay an egg like that, that's tough. And then for Bam to do it to you, that's tough. But, man, the start of the game, you know, they had the tribute. The tribute was petty. I think it was like, 27 seconds? That was petty. The music was awful for that tribute video. But, hey, he got one. Because it was reported, you know, he were thinking about whether they want to give him a tribute or not, but they gave him one. The music was you know, but he got one. And then Jimmy's little friend tried to put a little conspiracy saying, oh, they knew Jimmy likes to go to the bag, you know, before games or whatever, and they did the tribute right before the game. I'm like, bro, the tribute came when they were announcing the starting lineups. Like, miss me with that. But you know, the interaction to start the game or lack of interaction. He went over to Reggie Miller, I think, at the scores table. Mickey Harrison was right by him. He ain't look his way. And then you got Taylor Rooks saying, you know, Jimmy told her that, you know, I ain't got nothing to say to Pat, and Pat better not have anything to say to me. And then you kind of lay an egg like he did last night. That's tough, bro. That's real tough. But to the game, Bam took this game very seriously. Those guys were annoyed, bro. I think whatever went down during that whole suspension saga and Jimmy wanting out, I don't know the specifics. I wasn't in the locker room. We won't know the full thing, but it's clear as day. Those guys were very annoyed with whatever Jimmy was doing throughout that. And, you know, Jimmy will say to the media he has no, you know, problems with the players, nothing like that. But I don't know. It don't seem like that. It seemed like you got beef with some of the guys in the locker room. And you sit there publicly and you say you don't. So I don't know, but it is what it is. Bam took it personally. Everybody took it personally last night. Defensively, they were flying around. Jimmy, he only really wanted to attack Tyler Hero, if at all. And then he only made one bucket, I think, on Hero. Hero kind of held his own throughout the night. So good for him. And the first half, like Golden State, I think their starting five each only had 2 points each. So at halftime, the only guys scoring for it was their bench. So they didn't shoot the three really well. It was a very flat performance in terms of offensive juice. Draymond was awful. Wasn't really a lot of bright spots for Golden State side of things. Ware was really good yesterday. The size and the height from Bam and Ware gave the Warriors a lot of problems. Ware was, pretty much frying them up, inside the paint, lobs, all doing everything. The one layup he had was crazy. He had himself a night. Wiggins didn't shoot particularly well, but he was everywhere on defense. I think he had 5 stocks yesterday. Defensively, he was just everywhere. And Hero had a really efficient night. He went 7 for 10. Those guys just locked in and they play really good hoops. At the end of it, like, shout out the guys, because that was our last game of the regular season right there. So great win. Great win. Hanging the banner. So
But I appreciate you. Anybody else real quick on the Heat Warriors or Jimmy returning to Miami before we get to the rest of the NBA games, which we made?
I'm not surprised he ain't dap nobody up. I'm not surprised. Not surprised, bro. Not
That's
surprised.
crazy. It's crazy when
And then his comments, like, after the game, you saw his comments, like, before the game, the lead up and all that stuff, and he was throwing a little bit of shade here and there. Like, after the game, he was, like, very complimentary of the Heat and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't know. And then Steve Kerr was saying slick stuff about, like, Miami as a city, whatever. I was like, oh, get the fuck.
Yep.
Whatever.
I don't know if Jordan Woods or Logo want to add anything. Let me know, fellas. If not, that's cool. I'm leaning maybe PB for the rest of the slate. I know it wasn't that great, but I really just wanted to get that Jimmy Warriors thing right here.
Yeah, I like this is probably not activity worthy, but I'm trying to go through my head and think about like worst returns I've ever seen before, like by a player who spent a long time with a franchise, like hyped up returns and shit. Like that was bad. Like just even as a fan trying to watch the shit, that shit was just flat. Like no juice. The team didn't seem like they was really playing for. No, they kind of really needed Steph there, not just on the court, but I know Steph would have played into the matchup and kind of like rode for Jimmy a little bit. But them other dudes, bro, they just look like they do all that talking and shit off the court before the game and all that shit. Saw the Ohm article that dropped, how much he loves it. And then these niggas just don't ride for him on the court and he go out like a bitch. So,
As soon as I saw we put Bam on Jimmy, I said, yeah, I know. Yep.
it's a wrap.
Jimmy about to have a really bad night, bro.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know how you only take 12 shots, bro. Like, I don't, in that kind of matchup. I just, his talk don't match how he go out and approach the game a lot sometimes. I don't get it. Then after the game, he tried to downplay the shit. I watched his whole presser after the game. The energy before the game and then the energy after the game, it's funny the difference after you get your ass whooped. So that's really it. He just went out, it was supposed to be a fun thing. It was supposed to be, Jimmy returned to Miami, and then it just turned out to be Jimmy being a role player, which ironically, he said he was happy to go back and leave Miami to go to Golden State and get his joy back. I mean, the nigga played the same exact way he was playing when he was in Miami. So I don't get it, bro. But
It's
shout
the
out
money,
to Jimmy.
my boy. It's the money.
Shout out.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
Hey, bro, I said take his assist in it right before the game. Steph was ruled out. I said, all right, take the under on that. He only had 2 assists yesterday.
He only had 2 assists.
Albeit
two
they was
assists.
they was bricking out there for sure, but he only had 2 assists yesterday.
That's worse than the points.
Yeah, some Heat fans think that his friend and cousin, whatever the hell they are to him. They basically speak
One
for
is his
him.
cousin, the other
Okay,
is
the
his
black
little,
dude from Texas, his cousin,
yeah.
and Ernie's the friend. Okay, yeah, they feel like they speak for him because they was like, oh, this is the Bam they wanted to see the whole time and all type of like. I
I
don't get how
can't
you throw shots
stand
at Bam,
dude. I
but the
can't
shots at Bam is what I
stand
don't
dude.
understand. Bam is one of the most
Did they
loved
say
players
that
in the
after the
NBA.
game?
Yes,
Yes,
bro. They was out there
Bro,
tweeting. They
nah.
was out there tweeting
What?
after the game, bro.
yes, bro, yes.
Bro, okay. They so
I 100%, I
goofy.
100% believe they're salty. Bam got the extension, and Jimmy did it. I 100%, I
Mm,
100% think that's the issue.
mm. I didn't even think of it like that. Yeah, how y'all pay him, but not the one that was the leader of the team that got us to these moments and whatever. Okay, yeah, that's probably the end all
I
be
think they
all.
salty,
Because you show up and try hard every night.
Honestly, we
and
may
he's
get
27.
that
That
too.
too.
We may get T. We may get some others that are popping into playback. Realistically, I don't want to switch. We have 50 people in here right now. That's pretty solid and cool with me. But for anybody that don't know, just to keep the talk flowing and more open, and again, the slate wasn't that great, so we'll go through the rest of the slate. And if it leans to open talks, that's cool. But again, I'm not going to be sitting right here for 2-3 hours, 4 hours, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna just tend to doing everything, other thing. I'm sorry, in relations to fact and stats. What is playback? Playback is an app you can easily download that costs $0. Where the show is about to move to, where we'll pick up the Jimmy and the Heat talk. For anybody else that want to chime in the chat and or stage, and we're going to also go down the rest of the slate. 11:10 and Jordan, y'all understand? We're also going to go down the rest of the slate. It's playback.tv/fact and stats. Again, it is $0 to sign up and join the fact and stats playback room. It's an app you can easily download, and I'm about to make it easy for y'all. Where I'm going to drop that link right there in the chat where you can click and join the playback room. It's also in the description on this video where it says live nightly watch parties. That's the room. It's just like YouTube. I'm gonna have my camera on. People join the stage. It's a live chat room in there. And you can subscribe to that platform as well. Again, playback.tv/fact and stats. I'll see y'all there. The room is starting right now. Playback.tv/fact and stats. Appreciate all the love and the support on YouTube today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling blessed. And I'll see y'all here tomorrow. We're gonna talk about these March Madness games tomorrow. We're gonna talk about these NBA games tonight, and etc. right here on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to YouTube if you're not subscribed already. Peace, blessings, and love.